Welcome to Common Sense. The Common Sense program is a series of shows that feature interviews with very interesting people so that we can learn in a clear, concise, and direct way who these folks are, what they do, and what makes sense to them and what doesn't. I'm Rudy Breglia, and today I'll be interviewing the wise and compassionate Executive Director Rochelle Sikora, sorry.
You got it.
Of Bowling Green Pregnancy Center, also known as Her Choice for Help and Hope.
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Rochelle. Yeah. To get us started, why don't you just tell us where you were born, where you've lived, and what brings you to the Toledo, Bowling Green part of Ohio?
That's actually a longer answer than you might anticipate. So I was born in Minnesota, a little town called Winona, Minnesota.
Okay.
And lived there till I was about 4. And then my family moved to Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
So that's usually where I say I'm from. I grew up most of my years there, graduated from high school there, and then went to a small Christian college in Western New York. So I was there for a little while, and then I got an undergrad in sociology and took my first job in working with delinquent teens in a residential facility in Vermont.
Interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And as you can imagine, that's a high burnout occupation.
Yeah.
So after about a year, I moved back to, so in the meantime, my parents moved back to Iowa. We've done a lot of crisscrossing. So I moved back with them in Iowa for a few years, and that is where I met my now husband through some mutual friends.
How nice.
He was living in Ohio at the time. So long distance relationship. Moved to Ohio and we got married, lived in Maumee for a few years, and then Bowling Green since 2011.
Oh, okay.
Roundabout way, but glad to be where I'm at.
All right. Tell us the history and composition of the Bowling Green Pregnancy Center. And I think the viewers are going to see a photo of your headquarters and a mural, a beautiful mural on the side of the building.
Yeah, we had a local artist paint that, so we're very proud of that. Bowling Green Pregnancy Center was founded in 1985, so we're celebrating 40 years this year, which is exciting. We're run by a board of directors, like most pregnancy centers. We're located right across the street from Bowling Green State University.
Okay.
And we've been at that location since 2016. Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell me about the mission of the center, and I think the viewers are going to see a copy of it as a slide.
Yeah, believing in the value and dignity of all human life, which begins at conception. Our mission statement is that we exist to love, serve, and equip individuals and families in the name of Jesus, empowering them to choose life and make healthy, life-affirming decisions.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that. What is the vision of the center? And again, the viewers will see a slide of that.
Our vision is that we see a thriving community where every life is valued, loved, protected, and transformed through the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Okay, and how about the values of the center?
Yeah, the values of our organization, while there are certainly many great ones to choose from, this is what our board landed on: sanctity of life, relationships, compassion, dignity and worth of every person, integrity and stewardship.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Tell us about Jane's revenge incident of vandalism that occurred, and I think the viewers will see a photo of what happened.
Yeah, that was in April of 2023. Being so close to Bowling Green State University, which is a fairly liberal university, we do occasionally have some students on campus that they have strong opinions.
Yeah.
Some abortion activists, and this young lady chose to voice her opinions by graffitiing them on the side of our building.
I see.
I don't know if they can still see it, but it's, it said liars, fake clinic, fund abortion, abort God, and then she tagged it Jane's Revenge, which is a tag that lots of folks have used on pregnancy centers. It's a
Okay.
a loosely organized organization that calls for violence against pregnancy centers. But we had video cameras in place, and so we turned all that over to law enforcement. It did
Okay.
end up going to the FBI because she was found guilty of violating the FACE Act, the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances. And so it took about a year for all of that to transpire, but yeah, we were happy to get a guilty verdict. And honestly, the greatest thing that came out of that whole situation, well, two things I like to highlight. Number one is the team of volunteers that came out to clean up.
Wow.
I called my board president first, and then I called. He's actually at one of the Knights of Columbus in our
Okay.
area. I called Mike Genetti, and I told him what happened. And within an hour, he had a team. They were there before I was able to get back with cleaning buckets and whatever, and they were already scrubbing it off the building. So it happened around 3 a.m. on a Saturday morning,
Okay.
and by noon, it was gone.
All taken care
It was
of.
gone. So that's the one great thing. And then it ended up catching some national headlines. And we had support and money pouring in, not just from across the country. We even had a check come from London, England.
Wow.
So checks from California to Maine, New York, Florida, and everywhere. And phone calls. I had directors calling me saying, hey, you know, it's happened to us. I hear you. They gave me advice. Here's what to do, what not to do, how to handle it. It was, you know, God did what only God can do, which is turn something that was meant for evil into just a really good thing for us. So
God is good.
God is very good. Yeah.
What about your staff? How many volunteers? You know, how many are paid? You know, that kind of thing.
Well, we recently added another part-time staff. So now we have 9, that counts myself, 9 paid staff. Half are full-time, half are part-time. And then we have a team probably of about 20 volunteers who
Wow.
do everything from you know, being a client advocate, facilitating parenting classes, all the way down to cleaning, organizing donations that come in, sorting through them, keeping our boutique, our baby boutique, neat and organized.
I've seen it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. So we have a great team.
Okay. What services, instruction, and testing does the center typically provide?
On the medical side, we have pregnancy testing, ultrasounds, limited STI, STD, same thing, testing.
I think there's a photo of your window that has.
Yeah, has some of them listed there. And then options counseling, so the nurse, you know, talks with them about their options, answers all of their questions. And then on the non-medical side, we have pregnancy and parenting education classes.
Mhm.
We have what we call material assistance. So even someone who's not part of our programming in any way, like a single mom in the community with a young one who needs help with diapers or clothes or a stroller, they're welcome to come once every 3 months for assistance with material items. So we have that. And then we have post-abortion support. So anyone struggling with an abortion decision in their past, whether it was 4 months or 40 years, it's an intense Bible study that they walk through the healing journey with one of our volunteers and just find God's forgiveness, be able to forgive themselves, find healing.
I think sometimes healing takes a long
Oh,
time.
yes, absolutely. It can.
What parenting classes does the center provide?
Our typical program is for a woman who's early in her pregnancy. That's usually when we're seeing them. So if they're going through our regular program, we talk about what to expect during 9 months, first trimester, second, third, what to expect in labor and delivery. We cover breastfeeding, how to care for a newborn. We do have folks who come to us who aren't necessarily in that situation. Maybe they have already given birth, but they heard about our program. They would like some help. They don't know what they're doing. We can customize a program for them and cover whatever it is they need to cover. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Tell us about the fatherhood program
Yeah.
and why that's important.
Yeah, this is something we're just getting off the ground. I'm really excited about. We know statistically that 87% of women who choose abortion are single.
Uh-huh.
We have seen ourselves in the center that he's actually coming with her a big part of the 50 to 60% of the time. He's coming with her to that first pregnancy test appointment. And so we know he's there. We know that she wants him to be there. And we've seen that he does not feel empowered with his own voice to have an opinion about this decision, the biggest decision the two of them are ever going to make.
Right.
So honestly, the most poignant story that I heard, I wasn't in the room, but, excuse me, a young woman was meeting with our nurse. We always meet with her first. We get her medical history and make sure she's safe.
Right.
And then when we felt it was safe, brought him in the room, and the mom, the client, was asking him, what do you want here in this situation? And he just said, I'll support whatever you decide. And she's like, no, what do you want? I want to know how do you feel? Yeah. And he said, I'll support whatever you decide, just stone-faced. And now she's like to the point of crying. And
understand.
Tears rolling down his, and he could not bring himself to have an opinion. When I heard that story, I was like, that's it. We've got to reach him. If we want to help her and we want to save more lives, we've got to reach him. We need to be able to pull him aside and say, she needs to hear from you. I don't care what the world has said. She needs to hear from you. And if he could look her in the eye and say, we can do this, she would choose life. Not every time, I realize, but certainly that would have a huge impact. So
You bet.
We're wanting to bring a male staff member on board and train him to be able to have the decision coaching conversation, train him to be able to assist with parenting classes for the dads, which they're welcome to come right now with the program we have, but there's nothing specifically for him. So we want dad-designed classes, dad-designed spaces in our building where he feels welcome, so that our space and our building communicates that you have a voice, not just our words. So we're excited to get that off the ground. It's in the beginning stages.
That's wonderful, and I think it'll be successful.
Thank you. I hope so.
Are your clients charged a fee?
No, not all of our services are free. Excuse me. We're mostly privately funded, and as a 501c3 faith-based nonprofit. We do get a little bit of state money. We got the Ohio Pregnancy and Parenting Grant that the state puts out. Just got approved for that, and that runs on a 2-year cycle. So for the next couple of years at least, we'll be getting some state money, but mostly privately funded.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Tell us about your client advocates.
So our client advocates come into the room when the medical team is done, once all the medical questions have been answered and things explained. Then if there's any other barrier to choosing life that she's experiencing, whether it's finances, childcare, food insecurity, housing, our advocates come in and walk them through all of the resources that if we can't provide it, we point them to someone in the community that can. And, just not only are we providing resources, we're providing a listening ear and praying with them, making sure that they know they're not alone.
And very helpful.
Yeah.
Will the center help with an adoption process?
We don't play middleman in that process. We will connect them to an adoption agency and kind of do a handoff from there. We have 2 agencies that we typically refer to. One is faith-based and one is not, so that if there's a client who, if that's the barrier to choosing life is they don't want a faith-based, fine, we'll connect them with one. But we find that is a very hard choice for our clients to make, the one they consider the least, which is unfortunate because it is a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. But it's often we hear, there's no way I could carry this baby for 9 months and give it up. That's what they say. We definitely bring it up in every conversation, make sure they understand how it can be such a beautiful from loving arms to loving arms process. Yeah.
True. What are the types of adoption?
There's closed adoption. There's semi-open and open. They're fairly self-explanatory. The one faith-based agency that we work with only does open adoption. That is where the child knows that they're adopted. They have access to birth mom's information, and then the level of relationship varies, whatever the birth mom wants. It could be as little as a picture once a year on the child's birthday to regular play dates and getting together and hanging out multiple times through the year. So my brother and his wife actually have, their daughter is adopted, and they did an open adoption, and she's 14 and they still
Wow.
meet with birth mom once a year. So, yeah.
Can a biological mom select the adoptive parents?
Yes, absolutely. As far as I understand it, in a private adoption, that's usually how it goes. She can look through profiles and choose the parents for her child.
Understand.
Yeah.
How long does the birth mother have to change her mind about adoption?
72 hours after the child is born. I don't get in the room as much with clients anymore as much as I used to, but when I do get that chance, I point that out because I want them to know that they can change their mind. And at least with the agency we work with, they're assigned a birth mom advocate who will make sure that her needs and her voice is being heard the whole way through the process. And if at any point she changes her mind, they will honor that. Up to 72 hours after the child is born, you can change your mind. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does the center ever provide or refer clients for abortions?
No, not at all.
What does a woman need to know before attempting to end her pregnancy?
Well, medically, she needs to know 3 key pieces of information. Is the pregnancy in the uterus where it should be, as opposed to an ectopic?
Yeah.
Is the pregnancy viable? Does the baby still have a heartbeat? Natural miscarriage happens more than we realize, so let's make sure things are continuing as expected. And how far along you are, because that will impact the choices available to you. From a support standpoint, she needs to know this isn't your only option, because a lot of times they come in feeling that abortion is that's the only way out of this really bad situation that they see right now.
Okay.
You have other options and you have support. You're not. The 4 most important words she needs to hear is, I will help you. So that, when she comes in or calls and is considering abortion, we want to communicate that to her. She's not alone.
Understand. I don't know if you could see it, but I have a reaction to this too.
Yeah.
It's hard not to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's
okay. Are there different types of abortions?
Yes, there's chemical or sometimes called medication abortion, and
Okay.
then there's surgical abortion. Yeah, the pill. Everyone calls it the abortion pill. It's not just one pill, so that is a little misleading. Do you want me to talk more about that? Or?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. It's a 2-medication process. There's the 2 medications are mifepristone and misoprostol.
Okay.
So the first, and how many pills you take depends on the way your doctor's just prescribing it, what doses and how many pills. It varies. We've heard different stories because sometimes the girls will tell us what they have been given.
Okay.
Yeah, the first set of medication prevents progesterone from getting to the baby, which progesterone is what keeps it alive. And then the second round of medication is what causes cramping and bleeding to expel the child. Yes.
Understand.
Yeah.
Why is an ultrasound evaluation required before these abortion drugs are taken?
Abortion pills will not stop an ectopic pregnancy, which, if left undiagnosed, it can be a life-threatening situation.
Serious.
So we emphasize that anytime someone calls, if they seem unwilling to come in for an appointment, we emphasize, look, even if it's not going to be from us, please, please, please get an ultrasound. You need to know, for your own health and safety, you need to know what's going on inside your body. From just an information standpoint, the ultrasound is what speaks truth to her, right? There's no mistaking a heartbeat
Right.
beating on that. Like, you can't be lied to from anyone else saying this is just a clump of cells or this is not a human being, because an ultrasound will tell you the truth, and that's what they need to see.
Yeah, it's that baby.
Yeah.
Okay. How can abortion drugs be purchased?
Unfortunately, far too easily. Obviously, you can get them from abortion clinics, but what is the growing trend is ordering it online. And this is a very, very dangerous thing to do. You do not know where they're coming from. They are not regulated by the FDA. They can be, especially if they're coming from overseas, it is not regulated. They literally could be showing, the pills showing up in an unmarked black baggie, and you have no idea what you're getting. There's no follow-up. There's no ultrasound. It's very dangerous, and we're starting to see the consequences of that being reported. A lot of it goes unreported, all of the medical complications from these abortion pills being ordered online. So we tell all of our clients, whether they're willing to come in and talk with us or not, please do not order anything online.
Uh-huh. And that second pill can result in a lot of bleeding.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Can the effects of abortion drugs be reversed?
The first round of medication, yes. Mifepristone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called abortion pill reversal. It's a whole process. There's a network through Heartbeat International called Abortion Pill Reversal Network. So there's a hotline that women can call. They will connect them with a doctor who's closest to them, and a facility with an ultrasound machine like us. We're able to do that. So let me back up. If they've only taken that first round of pills and they have changed their mind, if they can get in touch with the network and get connected to a doctor who prescribed them progesterone, because remember, that first pill blocks the progesterone from getting to the baby.
Right.
So what the process is you flood the woman's body with natural progesterone to overwhelm the effects of that first medication.
Okay.
And you get an ultrasound to confirm continued viability. Is the baby still hard? We've been able to do this for 2 clients. It's not a lot, but we have 100% success rate, I like to say.
I see.
So we've been able to perform the ultrasound on someone who's reversing the abortion pill process, and they've both been successful. So we're very.
So as far as you're concerned, the typical outcome to a developing baby is?
There is no higher rate of birth defects in APR babies versus general population. There's actually a lower preterm delivery rate among APR babies than general population. So we're seeing no harmful side effects to the reversal process. It is 64 to 67% successful across, I think, the globe.
APR
Abortion pill reversal, sorry.
Okay. What are the situations where ultrasound evaluations are essential or required?
Well, they should be required all the time.
Okay, yeah.
There is, I believe there's still a law on the books in Ohio that it is required. However, due to the passing of that abortion amendment a few years ago.
Might change.
Yeah, or right now I believe the abortion or the ultrasound requirement, it has been enjoined by a judge. So how enforceable it is right now, I don't know. But obviously, as we discussed earlier, it's very important to still be getting that.
Okay. What advice on options does a center give to clients that are considering abortions?
We advise them to get the ultrasound. We advise them to, from a non-medical perspective, take a deep breath. Mm-hmm. Slow down. Let's talk this through. You have time. That's usually how we start. If they are not willing to come in, we say, please get the ultrasound at least somewhere. If we do get them in our office, we make sure they know all of their options. We will talk about abortion procedures and risks. Not just physical right now, but emotional, psychological down the road. Sometimes it is that information about how the process actually works, how the abortion process works, that encourages them to choose life. We had one gal say, once she learned how it works and what's happening, she's like, oh my goodness, I could never do that. So we're upfront. We give them the truth. We plant seeds, right? And we
Okay.
pray that the Lord would change hearts.
Okay. What is the renewed program, and how does the program help clients psychologically?
That's our post-abortion support.
Okay.
And yeah, that's an intense Bible study where just God, through His Word, speaks truth over these women. And they find that they find the healing they've needed maybe for so many years. They find freedom. And then we often see them find the courage to be able to go on and share their story and encourage others. We have the woman who just joined our staff that I was talking to you about is
Okay.
a graduate of our post-abortion support program and is now serving with us as an
Wow.
event coordinator. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Is testing available from the center on sexually transmitted infection, STIs?
yes, we currently test for chlamydia, gonorrhea, and trichomoniasis. We just call it trick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And those are the common STIs?
Yeah, chlamydia is the most common, and I would say of those three, trick is the next most common. But those are, without getting into too many details, with the way we are set up, those are the easiest for us to run.
Okay.
Yeah.
How quickly can the results be made available?
We actually send out specimens same day, UPS, shipped overnight to a lab in Texas, believe it or not. And
Wow.
we send out within 48 hours, we have results back, and then we have the client come back in to receive results.
Understand. What is your website?
Well,
and I think people will see it at the bottom of the screen.
bgpc.org, and that's where you can learn about our mission. You can learn what we need for items in our boutique, or if you want to support us in any other way.
Is that how people can donate
Yes.
right through the
Yeah,
site?
bgpc.org, and I believe the donate button is in the upper right-hand corner.
Okay, remember that.
Yes.
Do you need volunteers?
Always.
Always.
Always. Right now, we could use some RNs. We have seen probably about a 30% uptick in the number of clients we're seeing right now compared to last year at this time. And our nurses are hopping.
Okay,
So
well, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
I like them being busy.
Yes, they like being busy too, but we could always use some more nurses.
Okay. Where is the center located?
531 Ridge Street in Bowling Green, right across from the university. We're the yellow building on the corner.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's a pretty building
It
too.
is, yeah.
How can someone get in touch with you? What's your phone number?
419-354-4673. And that
Okay.
4673 stands for HOPE. Those are the numbers, on the old school telephone.
Okay,
Yeah.
Hope, okay. And you text, how could people text you?
I don't have that number memorized.
Okay,
I
well,
gotta
I
be
happen
honest.
to have it with me.
Well, I'm glad.
419-969-3560.
Perfect.
And your email?
BG, easiest one is info@bgpc.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in summary, I ask this question of everyone. What makes sense to you and what doesn't?
Well, there's a lot that doesn't make sense in the world, for sure.
Okay, you bet.
But for me, I have always had a passion to come alongside the hurting and the vulnerable. Certainly as followers of Jesus, we are called to do that. But that is where my heart lies. And so to be in this role in a pregnancy center, to be able to look a young woman in the eyes and say, I will help you, brings me more joy than I can
Worth
express.
a lot. That's
Yes.
worth a lot.
That feels right to me. That makes sense to me to be serving in this way.
Okay, well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for
Thank you for-
appearing and being willing to answer these questions. What your organization is doing and what you're doing is just absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
And I'm sure the clients appreciate you maybe even more than you know.
Maybe, yeah. Well, I love doing it. So thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Okay. Well, and thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, Our email addresses will appear on the bottom of the screen, and you could write to us if if you want to appear on the show, or you know interesting people who you think would want to appear. Please get us their contact information, and we'll take it from there. And remember, seatbelts save lives, and I am an advocate for seatbelts in school buses, and the state has just made available $10 million for school districts to put school bus safety equipment, including seatbelts, in the buses for the district. And please contact your district and let them know that you think it's a good idea for more safety equipment to be put in school buses to protect our children. And remember, seatbelts save lives.